So I first heard this poem in English class when Mr. Schmickens read it to our class, and I had this really deep emotional reaction to it, which was mirrored by him afterwards. He was like, I'm almost gonna cry, and I was like, me too. And I realized it's because I had this epiphany while I was listening to it. The poem talks about a picture of the author's mother, her holding a horse, and I had this realization that I have this picture. It's hanging in my living room, of my mother holding a horse when she was probably 17, just like the poem talks about. So it really made a lot of sense to me, and I had this immediate connection with it. I've been riding horses for as long as I can remember, and whenever people ask me like how I got into it or why I'm so crazy about it, I always say my mom. It's because she rode all through her childhood, and she rode competitively on the East Coast in her 20s, and so it just made sense for me to start doing it, and I fell in love. I got the same bug that she did, so it's been kind of our thing for a long time. Not only did my mom get me started with this whole thing, she's also been my biggest support. For a long time, I competed all over California in different horse shows, and we've owned 2 horses. We still own 1, actually. And she's helped me emotionally, financially, just in every possible way through competition and just the process of owning an animal and taking care of it. When you're at a show, most moms sit on the side and watch because they don't really know what's going on. But my mom was always involved because she knows, she's been there. She has had this experience before in her own life, and now she's living it through me. So my mom and I work down here in Big Sur. We're both horseback riding trail guides. We take rides out all day long, and it's kind of a nice mother-daughter little business for the dream team. So yeah, we get the job done together. She may not have ridden for a long time after she quit when she got injured in her 20s, but that tick is still there. The horses still love her. And you can tell she still loves them too. It's her passion. It's our passion. It's something that we've shared. It's probably also the biggest thing we have in common. And it's given us a lot of time over the years to bond and connect. So she's definitely closer to me than most other mothers and teenage daughters that I see. I'm just so grateful to this poem for reminding me of the identity we share. Yesterday, I found a photo of you at 17, holding a horse and smiling. Not yet my mother. The tight riding hat hid your hair, and your legs were still the long shins of a boy's. You held the horse by the halter, your hand a fist under its huge jaw. The blown trees were still in the background, and the sky was grained by the old film stock. But what caught me was your face, which was mine. And I thought, just for a second, that you were me. But then I saw the women's jacket, nipped at the waist, the balloon jodhpurs, and of course the date, scratched in the corner. All of which told me again that this was you at 17, holding a horse and smiling, not yet my mother, although I was clearly still your child.